Why should you pay attention to this warning? America is heading into deep waters financially. Deep waters. There's a reason why BlackRock is going all in on Bitcoin. There's a reason why MicroStrategies, the number one Bitcoin holder, is destroying everybody on the S&P. And there's a reason why billionaires now are rushing to gold, Bitcoin, and you're starting to see the feverish attempt to regulate this asset class so that the governments can get involved and they can bring it underneath the normal traditional financial system. What you're seeing is a systematic change in your financial system. And what you're going to see from now, 2024 to 2030, is a systematic, planned out switch of the monetary system. And when you wake up after 2030, your banks will be working to custody your cryptocurrency. They'll be begging to bring your Bitcoin underneath the bank. And the unsuspecting public, about the 95% who are not paying attention, are going to look back and say, whoa, I had this opportunity in 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028 to invest in the new rails in the infrastructure of the financial system. So today's video, I'm going to break down how billionaires are talking about Bitcoin. They're long on Bitcoin. We're going to look at some more of Anthony Pompliano's post around America's debt. And then we're going to look at things that I wanted to show you around what companies are starting to do now. Asset managers are working to create baskets of cryptocurrencies so that their investors can get exposure to baskets, which mitigates a little bit of risk. We announced that BlackRock is getting in the derivatives game with Build Token, which allows institutional investors to get access to the cryptocurrency space with a lot less risk. Okay, so you're starting to see the normalization of the cryptocurrency ecosystem, just like the traditional financial system. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate. The reason why I repeat things over and over and over again is because that's how the media indoctrinates us. And if you don't rewire the foundation, you're going to end up in the exact same situation. So you have to repeat something until it gets ingrained in your subconscious mind, until it becomes an unconscious activity. So the first post we're going to watch is from Cointelegraph. This says bullish. All roads lead to inflation. I'm going to show you why. I'm long gold and I'm long Bitcoin. Billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor joins. 13 billion under management. Good Lord. Here we go.
By the way, the interest bill this year is larger than every single line item except Social Security. It's larger than defense spending, larger than Medicare.
I want to talk about why you're here, which is Robinhood and this conference. But before I do that, is this, given all of the things you're saying, are you off buying gold and Bitcoin and
I think all roads lead to inflation. We're going to end up, but does all roads lead to inflation? Therefore, gold is a good investment. Is Bitcoin a good investment to you? I'm long gold. I'm long Bitcoin. I think commodities are so ridiculously underowned. So I'm long commodities. I think most young people find their inflation hedges via the NASDAQ. That's also been great. It's probably some combination. I probably have some basket of gold, Bitcoin, commodities, and NASDAQ, something like that. And I would own zero fixed income.
So the market is flipping, guys. He just gave you the hint. BlackRock's giving you the hint. He just talked about baskets, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you a deeper look at that. What is a basket, right? So a lot of people are new to investing. So I'm going to share with you what a basket of currencies is, right? So a lot of these big money people are going to start getting into baskets, right? Which is they can do it through an ETF. And I'll just show you that in just a moment. But I want to show you the why behind what's happening here, okay? So Anthony Pompliano posted this, I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago. I just want to show you the visual of this, the staggering pace of new debt. Now, we've talked about this on this channel over and over and over again. I want to reiterate this from yesterday, okay? This is what it looks like, guys. Look at from 1920, 1940, 1960, 1980. Boom. What do you remember what happened right here, guys? 1971, we detached from the gold standard. This is when our money became fake, fiat money, not backed by anything. We have to go back to an asset-backed currency, right? Because if we don't, this is going to keep happening. So remember that. If this keeps happening, Inflation is going to continue to go up because they're turning the printing machine back on. M2 money supply is now increasing. So our debt continues to increase. Americans can't service their debt. The average American middle class has to make $150,000 a year just to be middle class. We're in a very, very steep and dangerous position, and we're heading into deep waters. This is what he was talking about. The billionaire says U.S. government now spends just as much on interest payments as it does on defense spending. I also shared with you guys we collect $4 trillion in taxes, and guess what our interest on our debt is? $5 trillion. So they spend more on interest payments than they do defense spending, and we collect less in taxes than the interest payments on our debt. Most of our debt's held outside the United States. The two top holders are Japan and China. Okay, so let me share with you guys what a basket, what he said basket. So I want to explain. So if you go to Grayscale's website, you'll see stuff like this. Okay, so this is the market price 28.45. Like, okay, well, what is this? This is Grayscale's digital large cap fund. This is an example of a basket. Okay, so in the holdings of this fund, it has BTC at 75%, ETH at 18%, Solana at 4%, XRP at 1.7%, and AVAX at 0.64%. To me, this also signals that these are some regulation survivors, right? So you don't get caught in the hype. These are regulation survivors. Why would they be doing this? Right? These are what institutional investors want. So they create a bag of currencies. And so look at Bitcoin as the biggest one, 75%. So we know Bitcoin is a big, big piece of the new system. We know Ethereum is deep in the system through consensus. The XRP Unleashed documentary is going to drop some heat on people. Solana. So I'm not in Solana, but a lot of people are. I'm heavy in XRP. So my top holdings would be XRP and Bitcoin. Those are my top two holdings. I feel very comfortable with those. And AVAX, I do not have AVAX, but that's an example of a basket of currencies. Okay. So when you're buying this, so when you do this price right here, you're getting a basket. So you're getting exposure across different asset classes. That's pretty smart as an investor, right? I like to hold the underlying asset myself, but this allows people to get into the cryptocurrency space with exposure, right? You're not holding the underlying asset. You're getting exposure to it. Okay. Now this is important because they want to turn things like that into an ETF. Okay. An exchange traded fund. So Grayscale looks to turn multi-token fund into ETF. The fund tracks the Coinbase large cap index. Okay. I just showed it to you. The large cap index. They want to turn that into an ETF, guys. The whole game is changing. Okay. So not only would you have a Bitcoin ETF, you'd have an Ethereum ETF, but you'd have a basket ETF. The large cap has Bitcoin, Ethereum, AVAX, Solana, XRP. Do you see where this is going? Why? Okay, the people that are telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud, why would they approve a Bitcoin ETF? Why would they approve an Ethereum ETF? And why very soon will you have an XRP ETF? And why would they be working to get a basket into an ETF? Because it is moving to the traditional financial system. We've been meeting with hundreds of people and some very wealthy people as well that still don't believe cryptocurrency is here to stay. I'm very comfortable saying this on this video. Cryptocurrency, blockchain, on-demand liquidity is your new financial system. They need Bitcoin to fix this debt crisis. They need technologies like Ripple's technologies, cloud computing systems, on-demand liquidity. They need XRPL, and they need XRP as the bridge currency to help move liquidity through the system. The old system doesn't work anymore. There's a reason why Swift went ahead and started with ISO, the messaging system first. Messaging is moving at the speed of light. Money needs to move at the speed of light. It doesn't mean XRP is going to take over the world. I believe Ripple and XRP are going to leave a dent in the universe, like they said. I do believe that. I believe it's going to be one of the biggest companies in the world. I really, really believe that. So I put my money where my mouth is, right? I believe Bitcoin, just if you look at the CFT website, it's deemed as a commodity. It's right on their website, a commodity. It's a store of value. I'm not going to transact in Bitcoin. That'd be silly. I'm going to hold the Bitcoin like a piece of gold, right? So I hope this information reaches you well. I hope that you can see that it's okay to stay calm through this. We're still very, very early. Now, people get really hypey because the bull run is here. Yes, we're right. We're on the precipice right now. Like November, this stuff is all going to go straight up. So in the short term, yeah, we need to speed up the urgency a little bit. But in the long term, life-changing, man. Just be non-emotional, be stoic about this. Okay. So what I do is I use the risk pyramid. Okay. At the high of the risk pyramid is crypto. It's super speculative, still in the speculation phase, but that allows us to get a lot of good gains with the volatility. Okay. So crypto goes up really, really soon. Like we're talking a month from now, it's going to start going parabolic. As it goes up, I'm pulling 50% of my alternative coins on exit targets on the way up. I pull it down the risk pyramid. I use insurance. I love insurance. I like to compound my money. I like to protect my principal. Okay. And I like to be able to borrow against my assets tax free. Okay. So I use Index Universal Life. Some people use whole life. Okay. I have term for my family, and I have cash value life insurance to protect, compound, and grow. I max fund my policies. That's my first step. From there, I'm going to look in the landscape. I really want to go deep into real estate. Okay. So I'm going to buy real estate. I'm also going to continue to innovate in my business, information technology, attention, and education. So we're pretty set on businesses. We're just going to continue to improve those and continue to expand those to create more cash flow to repeat the cycle, right? I have some silver for barterability, and I use Bitcoin as my gold. Pretty simple stuff, nothing too crazy. But yeah, this is the greatest time in human history. So if you need any support with any of that stuff, we get hundreds of messages around how I insure my wealth and how I use cash value life insurance. But it's more important of what your needs are. Okay. So down below in the description of the video, you can click the link and fill out a needs assessment, or go to my bio, click the little hyperlink. You'll see it. It'll say needs assessment. When you fill that out as detailed as possible, all 50 states and Canada have team members waiting to take your call. They will text you, call you, email you. You'll never send my team members money. Okay. It's a free consultation. Okay. They're going to walk you through a retirement strategy. We do not invest people's money. We don't have a trading platform. Okay. We don't have any trading platform. We don't ask about your crypto. We're never going to proactively DM you. We do not invest people's crypto. Okay. So those are scammers that you're talking to. That is not us. We do not, you'll never send our team members money. You'll never send anybody money pretending to be me money. We do not do that. So please yield that warning. The needs assessment is a free consultation. Then we also have our Warrior Academy. If you want to go through my revolutionary 120-day challenge to get your shit together. If you are having trouble putting blinders on, you feel confused, you feel lost, you want a like-minded community, we're coming up on 8,800 people worldwide. We're going to hit 9,000 very, very soon, probably by the end of this week. And we've helped coming up on 9,000 people worldwide since 2020. Put those blinders on. They go through my revolutionary 120-day challenge, and it completely and radically transforms their life. Because the only thing you can control is your thoughts, your actions, and most of all, your emotions. And it's time to become stoic and yield the warning. Inflation may be here to stay, and it could get worse. So you want to make sure you understand how to beat inflation and get wealthy in the craziest times in living history. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Love you guys.